Sharing. Up next, we have another OCAD graduate, Abhishek Sol, one of our very own editors. So thank you for signing up whenever I pressure you into it. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to do it this way. So, when I go to work every day, I take the subway up and then walk east to the school. And then on the way back, I take the bus down because just to shake it up. And the other day I was taking the bus down, and rather than take the bus to the subway to the other subway to the tunnel to my house, I decided to walk from the bus station to my house through some neighborhoods, and there's a park. And at that park there was a bench, and I was just, most parks have benches, and just walking by. And I saw sitting there was this old man, like something you would something you would make up. He was bald and white beard, and he was crying on the bench, hand in his hands, shaking like the whole crying. And I was very confused, and I walked over to him and I sat down on the bench. And here, I'm going to sit down. And I sat down next to him on the bench and I said, "Old man, why are you crying?" And he sort of waved his hand and he tried to pull himself together. And he wasn't crazy. He was too clean, and he was too welcoming. But eventually he pulled himself together, and he sort of through gasps told me, he said, I'm on my way home, and I had a surprise birthday party waiting for you. And I sort of laughed, and this can't be that great of a surprise if you know about it. And he said, yeah, my wife is a terrible secret keeper. He says, I'm 82 years old today, but I've known about this party for months. They've been planning it. And my wife's invited everyone. I didn't know who's coming. She invited our kids and some of my friends, and even her friends from her chess club were coming. I don't even know them, but I think it's just someone, so she doesn't have to talk to my friends, honestly. And you'd see him getting choked up again, and I was trying to change the subject, trying to keep him going, trying to understand. And I asked about I asked, just, are you gonna have cake there? He says, absolutely, we're gonna have cake there. I didn't even know what kind of cake we're gonna have. My oldest son actually baked the cake, and if my wife's not pulling my leg, then it's gonna be in the shape of a donkey. I said, why would it be in the shape of a donkey? He said, it's sort of an inside joke. When he was a kid, he would be working in the backyard trying to get his basketball skills better, and I'd been working with him, and then I remember one time eventually I had to go inside, I had something else to do, but he stayed out there working. He was really young, and I was very impressed with the way he was sort of disciplining himself in his craft. And after hours of shooting basketballs, and he finally came inside, and I said, "You're like a work donkey." And it stuck because, of course, the phrase is workhorse, but now it's just an inside joke. It's work donkey. It's something we say. I thought that was nice. And he says, "You're gonna have a donkey cake?" He said, "Yeah, during the pandemic, he got into baking, so we make these donkey cakes." And he kept going. He said, "My second son is bringing his whole family. He just had his second daughter. His older one's 9. His older one's 9. His younger one's 2. I guess he didn't just have." When time flies, she's her name's actually Mia, spelled differently, I assume, but this 2-year-old's Mia, and she's at that stage where she can't pronounce things, but she can speak. And so this 2-year-old's running, she calls the dog's name is Ruby, but she calls it Gooby. And the other dog's name is Clover, and so she calls the other dog Gooby as well. And kept going. And he kept sharing all these happy memories about his family and his friends and his loving wife who made this whole special party for him at their house. And he was talking, he says, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and I love them all very, very much. And I said, that's amazing. But then, old man, why are you crying? And he put his hand in his hands again, and he looked up and said, I can't remember where I live.
Thank you, Aubrey. So up next, we're about to be once again blessed with Liam. So, and I'm catching him off guard again. I'm so sorry, but yeah, you know, you love him.
Hi everyone. If it's okay, like I said, I would do one. I do a different one. Okay, cool. Just like I was gonna read one, and I realized it was a bit dark, so I'm doing a different one. Now we're here again, where I'm just going out. Okay. How's everyone doing? Okay. So this one, and the one I also read for Harvard Poetry Collection, well, a creative work collection I did, unpublished. And I think it was just, I don't know, I helped you organize things together. Called it Bedtime Stories for Maniacs. This is a kind of a script skit, sort of. It's a scene from a 2037 film, Tinsel Jungle, and I'm going to read it to you. Fade in. Interior, General Bradley David's office, late morning. General Bradley is doing paperwork in his office, and Private Cruz barges into his office. He knocks over a pen, which rattles over the floor now. Sir, I have an urgent message for you. Address me properly, Private. Sorry, General, I have a message for you. I said properly, Private. Again, sorry, Lieutenant General, I have a message. Properly, Private. Again, sorry, Lieutenant General, I have a message. Properly, Private. Oh, Major Lieutenant General, I have a message. Private, I said proper like. Sorry, sir. Brigadier, Major, Lieutenant General, I have a message. I said, he grabs his collar, properly, damn it. Throws him back down. Colonel, Brigadier, Major, Lieutenant General, I have an urgent message has arrived. I ain't listening until you say it right. Now let me hear it again. Yes, sir. Lieutenant General, I mean, Major Lieutenant General, say it right, damn it. Lieutenant Colonel, Brigadier Major, Lieutenant General, there's an urgent message for you. Say my name properly. Major Lieutenant Colonel, Brigadier Major, Lieutenant General, I have important news. Speak right, soldier. Captain, Major Lieutenant Colonel, Brigadier Major, Lieutenant General, there is a message for you. For who? Again, sorry. Lieutenant Captain, Major Lieutenant Colonel, Brigadier Major, Lieutenant General, sir. I ain't hearing you right. Who are you talking to? Sergeant, Lieutenant, Captain, Major, Lieutenant Colonel, Brigadier Major, Lieutenant General, I need to tell you this message. Then tell me my name, damn it. David, your brother's dead. They found his body this morning. Sir. Private Cruz.